My friend. This is going to be called Never Tire of the Road. Wonderful song. Written by Andy Irvine, and it's inspired by Woody Guthrie. If you don't know who Woody Guthrie is, check it out. You're going to love it. Country, folk, rhythm, blues. Let's try this. Put a capo on your second fret the other way around. Leave your E string open and keep everything else in standard tuning. When we play what we think is a D major note, we are actually playing in the key of E major. It's another way to use your capo that you might not have known about. If you dig what you're seeing here, please thumbs up, subscribe, put something cool in the comment section. Keep it nice and classy, and by all means, become a member so you can be privy to this kind of stuff. When we play our D major, although it's an E, I'm going to be calling it out in the eyes of having the capo, moving everything up a whole step, but calling it as it is on its standard first position chords. We're going to be starting this one with an interesting way of talking about the chords, and then I'm going to show you the intricacies that make this song super, 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 super fun. When we play a D major, and then a G major, and a D major, B minor, A major, and then a D, we have our central motif. Does it again with the D to G, to the G, and then goes to A. G to a D. G, A, back to the D. B minor, A, D with an F sharp in the bass, G, and then it's going to go to D, A, D. Perfect authentic cadence at the end. The feeling of this song has a up and down, kind of almost like an Irish dirge. It has I was just a small time country boy when I left my dusty town on Route 66 to the western no freight town. California, here I come by the side of Pullman on the Sunbird thumb. They called us Okies, low down and bums, and the police on us, they frown. And the reason why the chords and the melody seem kind of weird, it does have a rushed melody, but it's more ad libitum, more rubato. It's more as if you're telling a story, if you will. So what we're going to do is show you a little intricacies that you can do. When we're playing the D major, don't let it be lost on you. If you play just a standard C major in your secondary fingering and move that up a whole step in bar, you'll get the next chord, and so on and so forth. We don't have chords that are like major, 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 so we alternately change this to a minor too, but watch what I'm doing here. If our D major is here and the root note is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, D, when we do A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G sharp, A, we're playing A major and D major right here. Well, all these notes that are inside of this chord are privy to being part of this. Since we have the capo and our low E is open, we're going to be droning most of our song with the E and only altering it basically for the G chord and maybe for the A chord. When we do this, we're using like a D with our third and then doing like doing the minor seventh, or I'm sorry, the major seventh of the chord. So we've got our C sharp into the D. So what I'm doing over here is doing eighth note patterns. If you make the chord and just do pull-offs on each individual note that make up a D6 or a B minor or a D major, you get these really cool kind of movements. What I'm doing is I'm plucking the note and pulling down, plucking, pulling down. It's very kind of interesting and important to know where your 1, 3, 5, 1, 3, 5, 1 are, your arpeggiated notes. These are the ones you're going to be pulling off of to get a really cool sound. I'm going to try to follow along here and see if I can do it some justice. I was just a small-time country boy when I left that dusty town. Route 66 on the westward and a hope freight town in down California, here I come. The side door Pullman and a sunburned thumb. They're the way they called us Okies, low-down bums, and the police had us all frown. Never tired of the road, never tired of the rolling wheel, never tired of the ways of the world and the way and the yonder and this calling me. Dark road leads me onwards, and the highway that's my code, and the lonesome voice that I heard in my head said never tired of the road. See how that B-A is a little rushed. Doom, doom, doom. The feeling of the melody over the top is interesting. The artist himself actually plays, I think, on a long scale mandolin or like a baklava. Not baklava. What is it? A bataran? No, it's the Russian long scale mandolin. Can't remember. It escapes me right now. That is pretty much the verse into the chorus. The chorus comes immediately. There is no space in betwixt. So when you get done doing like, they called us Okies and low down bums, and the police had all frowned. Never tire of the road, never tire of the rolling wheel, never tire of the ways of the world, and the way of the yonder is calling me. Dark road leads me onwards, and the highway that's my code, and the lonesome voice that I heard in my head says never tired of the road. I would say it does the verse, chorus, verse, chorus, verse, chorus. There is a little instrumental in between the secondary one, which is just the intro. So it has a A, G, D, A, G, D, D, G, A, G, A, D. Very standard to take an A, like an A section like that, a 1-4-5, and just shift those notes around. Very, very standard. So, wonderful song. I think my favorite is the last verse because it's very prominent for right meow 2025 because we, I don't know, America has a little issue with understanding what the Constitution and democracy is. I think everybody needs to go back to school. And if you don't know, now you know. When we're playing this, the last thing we have our D. Never let them fool you or take you by surprise. That dirty smell of a politician and a man with greed in his eyes. Oh, big union, that's our plan. And the RGI's in the only man. And the flames of the discontent will fan for the cause that never dies. And then it goes right into the chorus. Oh, the new, never get tired of the road, never tire of the rolling wheel, never tire of the ways of the world. May the weight of the yonder is calling me. Dark road leads me under highways, that's my code. And the lonesome voice that I heard in my head said never tired of the road. And does the outro at the end that quite nicely on that D. I think that if you get down on this one, going a little slower helps. My process of learning this is probably different than everybody else's. I listen to it one time slowly. I listen to it one time doing it at twice the speed to see if I see any recognizable patterns, because it's easier to hear patterns when you go faster. And then I go back and try it again. If I flub it up, those are the parts that I work on. If I play this live, I go back to chart it, and then I have it in my repertoire, not only on paper by charting it out, but I burn it into my memory. And then I add it to the countless 100 trillion songs that are inside my brains. I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did. If so, put a thumbs up, subscribe, and become a member to get behind the scenes and see how all this magic happens. Aloha to you.